Hello student of class 11th, once again we are here with a new video, and in this video we are going to discuss about the left part in friction and the circular motion. So this is the angle of repose what we have to learn in this video, angle of repose, and we will discuss also angle of friction. So what is the difference and what is these two terms are there. The first, angle of repose. Now if you see in this figure, there is an inclined plane which is making certain angle theta from the horizontal, and a block is there of weight mg. If you see, the mg is vertically downward, and if you see, the block is not moving, it is just kept on the inclined plane, and this is the angle theta which is called angle of repose. So angle of repose is the maximum angle made by the inclined plane with the horizontal such that the block keep over it does not slip. Means वो एंगल जब तक ये ब्लॉक इस पर फिसल नहीं रहा है, इससे थोड़ा सा भी एंगल हम बढ़ा देंगे अगर इंक्लाइंड प्लेन का, तो ये जो बॉक्स हमने रखा हुआ है, जो ब्लॉक रखा हुआ है, ये फिसलने लगेगा. तो दिस इज द एंगल थीटा विच इज कॉल्ड एंगल ऑफ रिपोज फॉर दिस इंक्लाइंड प्लेन. एट दिस एंगल द ब्लॉक और द बॉडी विच इज केप्ट ऑन इंक्लाइंड प्लेन keep over it does not slip, or after this start to slip. So we are considering this block on this inclined plane. The weight of this block is mg, which is vertically downward, and if you see the reaction force n, normal reaction n, which is perpendicular to the surface. So if you resolve this component, and if you see that the friction force is F is equal to mu n, and the weight mg, it is resolved into two components. One is mg sin theta, which is parallel to the inclined plane, and the other is mg cos theta, which is perpendicular to the inclined plane. So number of forces are acting on the block, and block is not slipping, block is not moving. So at this stage the box want to move downward, so the friction will be opposite to the motion of the block. Means mg sin theta make the block to come down, and friction force mu n make the block to keep on the surface. Similarly, mg cos theta and n, they are opposite to each other. Means all the forces which is acting on the block, they are opposing each other, and the block is at rest. Now what is mg sin theta? Mg sin theta is equal to frictional force, that is mu n. What is the value of n? N is equal to mg cos theta. If you see in the figure, n is equal to mg cos theta, so we have to replace n by mg cos theta. Now mg sin theta is equal to mu mg cos theta. If you cancel out mg, so that will be sin upon cos, that is sin theta upon cos theta is equal to mu. So we can say sin upon cos is tan, so tan theta is equal to mu, or theta is equal to tan inverse mu. This is the angle of repose in the term of coefficient of friction. Now what is angle of friction? Suppose the block is kept on a horizontal surface, and capital F, which is on the right side, is applied force. When the force is applied on the right hand side, so the friction will be on the opposite, that is F is a opposite friction is acting in the opposite direction, that is also called limiting friction. And as you make the force more than this limiting friction, the block will tend to move forward. Now in the case of limiting friction, the box is there in the stable and static condition. So if you make the resultant of n and f limiting, so you will get the resultant frictional force, that is called Fc, and it is the resultant which makes angle lambda from the normal reaction. So this is the angle of friction. So we can say that angle of friction is the angle between contact force is denoted by Fc here, angle between the contact force and normal when the block is about to move on horizontal surface. जब ब्लॉक हॉरिजॉन्टल सरफेस पर चलने को तैयार है, तो उस केस में जो हमारा नॉर्मल रिएक्शन है और जो कॉन्टैक्ट फोर्स का एंगल है, उसके जो कॉन्टैक्ट फोर्स उसके बीच का जो एंगल है, उसको हम बोलते हैं एंगल ऑफ फ्रिक्शन. सो द लैम्डा हियर इज द एंगल ऑफ फ्रिक्शन. नाउ यू अप्लाई ट्रिग्नोमेट्री हियर. tan lambda is equal to f limiting upon n, means perpendicular upon base. So f is mu into n, and अपॉन n, तो म्यू से n से n कट जाएगा, यहाँ पे कैंसिल हो जाएगा. तो जो एंगल ऑफ फ्रिक्शन है, दैट विल बी tan लैम्डा इज इक्वल टू म्यू, or we can say lambda is equal to tan inverse mu. This is the angle of friction. So these two terms are very important, angle of friction and angle of repose. This two terms used in the so many numericals also, so you have to keep remember angle of repose and angle of friction, both are different thing. Now next, if you see this graph till the static friction, or we can say the limiting friction, the if maximum is equal to mu s into n means the block is at rest. So we can say that static friction or zone of static friction is mu s into n, s for static, and when the block start moving, the friction in the floor and the block is now kinetic friction. So the kinetic friction can be calculated by Fk. K is the symbol for kinetic, so Fk is equal to mu k into n. Now see the difference, when the block is at rest and you are applying the force, the block is in the static state, means it is in the rest. So what is the friction there? That is mu s into n, and this is the maximum force applied by the body to move that block. Now if the block is start move, so now the friction is there Fk, and Fk is equal to mu k into n, where mu k is the coefficient of kinetic friction and mu s is the coefficient of static friction. So this is very important graph. The next is banking of the road. What is the meaning of banking? Banking of the road, have you seen when you are moving on a highway and there is a turn? If you see from a distance that the one side of the road is at the certain height, means वहाँ पे थोड़ा सा रोड उठा हुआ होता है एक साइड से, इसको बोलते हैं बैंकिंग ऑफ रोड. बैंकिंग ऑफ रोड क्यों किया जाता है? व्हाट इज़ द नीड टू बैंक द रोड? कभी कभी ट्रेन का जो ट्रैक है, कभी जब ट्रेन पूरी मुड़ती है किसी ट्रैक पर, तो उसमें भी ट्रेन के जो ट्रैक होते हैं, जो रेलवे लाइन होती है, उसका भी एक सिरा उठा हुआ होता है. यानी कि अगर हम कर्व की तरफ देखें तो कर्व के बाहर वाला जो सिरा होगा वो थोड़ा सा उठा हुआ होगा, मीन्स जो बेंडिंग होगी वो कर्व के सेंटर की तरफ होगी. दिस इज नोन एज बैंकिंग ऑफ द रोड. नाउ व्हेन अ कार इज मूविंग अलॉन्ग द कर्व रोड, इट इज परफॉर्मिंग सर्कुलर मोशन. तो फॉर अ सर्कुलर मोशन व्हाट इज नेसेसरी? फॉर अ सर्कुलर मोशन centripetal force is required, because until the central force is not there, the body cannot make a complete circle. So for a circular motion, it is not necessary that the car should complete a full circle. An arc of a circle also treated as a circular path. कहीं पर मोड़ है या कहीं पर हल्का सा टर्न है, वो भी एक सर्कुलर पार्ट का हिस्सा है. So when the car is moving on a turn, car is moving on that in any of the curve path, so that is also the part of circular motion. So we know that centripetal force is necessary for a circular motion. So if central force is not present, what will happen? The car cannot travel along a circular path and it will instead travel along a tangential path. जैसे कि आप किसी पत्थर को किसी डोरे से बांध के घुमाओ, तो पत्थर को जब हम धागे को छोड़ देते हैं तो वो जो पत्थर है जो सर्कल में घूम रहा था वो सर्कल को टच करके निकल जाता है. उसी प्रकार से अगर हम सेंट्रल फोर्स प्रोवाइड ना करें किसी कार को या किसी व्हीकल को टर्न पर, तो वो हमारी जो कार होगी वो उस सर्कल को टेंजेंशियली क्रॉस कर जाएगी, मीन्स स्किड कर जाएगी, फिसल जाएगी. सो इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू प्रोवाइड द सेंट्रिपेटल फोर्स फॉर अ सर्कुलर मोशन. So what happened in the banking of road? What the banking of road help us? The centripetal force for a circular motion of car can be provided in two ways. दो तरीके से हम centripetal force provide कर सकते हैं. पहला, the first is frictional force between tire of the car and the road, and the second is banking of the road. These are the two ways by which we can apply by which we can provide the necessary centripetal force to the vehicle. Now friction between tire and road. This is the part that how can we provide the CF. CF can be provided by friction between the tire and road. So the centripetal force for a circular motion of the car is provided by frictional force between the tire of the car and the road. कार के टायर और रोड के बीच में जो फ्रिक्शनल फोर्स लग रहा है वो कार को नेसेसरी सेंट्रिपेटल फोर्स प्रोवाइड करेगा. सो इफ m is the mass of the car, v is the speed of the car, and r is the radius of the curve road. So what happened? Centripetal force is equal to frictional force, means we are saying provided by means provided means equal. So centripetal force is equal to frictional force, or we can put the values mv square upon r is equal to mu mg, because you know very well now the frictional force is equal to mu n, and n is the weight, that is mg. So mv square upon r is equal to mu mg. If you cancel out m into m to n, then we will get v square upon r is equal to mu g, or v is equal to under root mu rg. So this is the velocity which the car have to maintain on a circular track with a coefficient of friction mu between tire and road. So this is the desired velocity in the term of coefficient of friction and the radius of the track of the curve path. Now friction between tire and road. So the maximum velocity what we had find, the maximum velocity we had find by which the car can safely travel along a curved road is mu rg under root. So if you see this relation, if the speed of car is necessary beyond this value, अगर हमारे कार की स्पीड इस वैल्यू से ज़्यादा है तो क्या होना चाहिए, द कार विल थ्रो ऑफ, द कार विल स्किड. सो इफ़ द कार हैव टू मूव एट हायर स्पीड, अगर कार हमारी इस डिज़ायर्ड स्पीड से ज़्यादा है, जैसा कि आपने कभी कभी ध्यान दिया होगा कि रोड पर लिखा होता है कि आगे एक टर्न है, अपनी इस गाड़ी की स्पीड को इतना करिए, मीन्स इफ़ द कार हैज़ टू मूव एट हायर स्पीड द फ्रिक्शनल फोर्स शुड बी इंक्रीज. तो अगर कार इस स्पीड से ज़्यादा पर है तो हमारे फ्रिक्शन फोर्स को बढ़ाना होगा, क्योंकि वी कब बढ़ेगा, जब फ्रिक्शन फोर्स बढ़ाया जाए, क्योंकि जी तो कांस्टेंट है और उस ट्रैक का जो रेडियस वो भी कांस्टेंट है. सो फ्रिक्शन फोर्स, इफ़ द फ्रिक्शन फोर्स इंक्रीज देन वी कैन इंक्रीज द वैल्यू ऑफ वी. सो इफ़ द कार हैज़ टू मूव एट अ हायर स्पीड द फ्रिक्शनल फोर्स शुड बी इंक्रीज, बट दिस कॉज वेयर एंड टीयर ऑफ द टायर. अब क्या होगा नुकसान इससे नुकसान ये हो रहा है कि हमारे जो टायर हैं वो घिस रहे हैं, हमारे टायर जो है वो ख़राब हो रहे हैं. So the friction force is not reliable as it can decrease on wet road. So we cannot rely on frictional force to provide the centripetal force. So what happen if the car is moving on a track, if the car is moving on a curved path? If you see this diagram, this is a curved path and the center of the curved path is shown by the red dot. This is the center of the circular path and the car is there. The weight of the car is mg, and on the wheel of the car they are providing the necessary that normal reaction, that is the reaction by the road, r1 and r2. And when the car is making a turn, the friction f1 and f2 is towards the center. So r1 and r2 are the reaction force due to tires, mg is the weight of the car acting vertically downward, f1 and f2 are the frictional forces between the tire and the road, and these frictional force act toward the center of the circular path and provide the necessary CF. So here the centripetal force is provided by the frictional force. So the frictional force act toward the center of the circular path and it provide the necessary centripetal force to move the car on the circular track. Now if you see, this is a diagram which make clear to you that what is happening here. The weight of the car is W downward and the normal reaction by the road is N upward, vertically upward, and the frictional force is toward the center of the circular track. If you see this picture here, the car is moving on a track and the CF will be provided by the tires and road. Now what is the banking, what is the need to bank the road? The process of raising the outer edge of the road over the inner edge through a certain angle is known as banking a road. If you see this figure, the outer edge of the road is some higher and the inner edge is some lower, means the curve through the car is turning, the car is moving or the vehicle is moving, जो उसका सेंटर है उसके बाहर वाली एज जो है वो थोड़ी उठी हुई होती है. इस प्रोसेस या इस चीज़ का जो हम नाम रखते हैं वो यहाँ पे है बैंकिंग और बैंक. The process of raising the outer edge of the road over the inner edge through a certain angle is known as banking of road. So this is known as banking of road. And what is the need to bank the road? So banking of road is they provide the necessary CF for the circular motion. Second, it reduces the wear and tear of the tire due to friction, to avoid skidding and to avoid overturning of the vehicle. कभी कभी मोड़ पर अगर स्पीड हम ध्यान ना दें तो देखा होगा आपने, कभी मोड़ पर कुछ ट्रक उल्टे होते हैं या कुछ गाड़ियाँ फिसल जाती हैं, कुछ गाड़ियाँ उलट जाती हैं, तो ये घटनाएं भी हो सकती हैं. तो टू अवॉइड ओवरटर्निंग ऑफ व्हीकल, to avoid skidding of the vehicle, to reduce wear and tear of the tire due to friction, and to provide the necessary CF for the circular motion. For these purposes, the road should be banked. Now if you see this diagram, the weight of the car vertically downward and the road is banked, so normal reaction is, if you see the line, green line, which is normal, which is perpendicular to the road, and so the resultant is F inward, that is called centrifugal force, or we can say the net force of these two forces, which is inward. So the banking helps to give the necessary CF, necessary centrifugal force. Now if you see this figure, it is very clear now. The weight of the car is mg downward. The normal reaction is r from the surface. If you make the angle theta of the incline, so if you resolve the r is resolved in the term of theta, so that is r cos theta, and the other component is r sin theta. So r cos theta is maintaining the mg and r sin theta is providing the centripetal force. So what is the angle of banking? The angle made by the surface of the road with the horizontal is called angle of banking. Theta is the angle of banking in this figure. Now consider a car is moving along a bank road with certain velocity. Mass of the car is m, v is the speed of the car, and theta is the angle of banking. And this diagram is now very clear. R is resolved into two components, r cos theta and r sin theta. R cos theta is balancing or maintaining the mg, and r sin theta giving the necessary centripetal force. So if you see here, the forces acting on the car is weight mg downward, normal reaction r acting perpendicular to the surface of the road, and the normal reaction can be resolved into two components, that is r cos theta vertical component, r sin theta horizontal component, and r cos theta is equal to mg. This is the equation number 1. If you see from figure, r cos theta is equal to mg. The weight is balanced by the vertical component, means weight is equal to vertical component, and these two components are equal. That's why the car is not sinking on the road, means the necessary reaction or necessary the third, if you apply the Newton third law, the same force is providing by the road on the car. What is the weight of the car on the road? So the car is not sinking in the road because these two forces are equal, that is r cos theta is equal to mg. And the horizontal component is unbalanced, that is r sin theta. The r sin theta is providing the necessary CF, so we can say r sin theta is equal to mv square by r. If you see, this is equation number 2. So first equation is r cos theta is equal to mg, and the second is r sin theta is equal to mv square by r. So from these two equations, you divide it, r sin theta upon r cos theta is equal to mv square by r upon mg. Cancel out the same term, so you will get tan theta is equal to v square upon rg, or theta is equal to tan inverse v square upon rg. Therefore the angle of banking is independent of mass of the vehicle. If you see here, the theta, in the term of theta we are not using mass of the vehicle, means mass is independent in the case of angle. Whether it is small car, whether it is heavy truck, it doesn't matter. The angle of banking is same for every vehicle. So the maximum speed with which the vehicle can safely travel along the curved road is rg tan theta, means v is equal to rg tan theta. If you see in this relation, there is no friction we had used, means v is equal to rg tan theta, and here there is less chance of wear and tear of the tires. So the maximum speed with which the vehicle can safely travel along the curved road is rg tan theta. So if you increase the angle theta, you can increase the speed also. So the road are banked, and in that case we have to maintain the speed of the vehicle while taking the turn. Now what is the maximum speed of vehicle on the bank road with the friction? अगर friction की बात हम करें तो हम कितनी speed को maximum रख सकते हैं? Now if you see this figure, there is a friction between the road and tire. If you see the diagram, there is a friction also, and n mg. Now if the figure is very clear, m is mass of the vehicle, r is radius of the curve of the road, theta is angle of banking, f is the friction force between tire and road, and the force acting the force acting on a vehicle is shown by the red arrow. N is normal reaction, that is perpendicular from the road to the car, mg vertically downward weight of the car, and f is the friction force between tire and road. These are the forces acting on the moving vehicle on the bank road. Now The maximum speed of a vehicle on a bank road with a friction is the force acting on the vehicle. There are three forces we have seen in the figure also. Weight of the vehicle mg, which is vertically downward. Normal reaction acting on the vehicle perpendicular to the surface of the road. And the third is friction force between tire and road. Now force N and frictional force F are now resolved into two components. And if you resolve these two, if you resolve N, so N will be N cos theta, N sin theta. So N cos theta is vertically upward, the vertical component of N, and N sin theta is the horizontal component of N. Now if you resolve frictional force, this is the red line which is the friction, and if you resolve it in the term of theta, so F sin theta and F cos theta are the two vertical components. So the frictional force is F cos theta in the horizontal and F sin theta in the vertical component of the frictional force. Now if you apply all the forces on the vehicle, if you see the vertical component N cos theta is balanced by the weight mg and F sin theta, means N cos theta को balance कौन कर रहा है, F sin theta और mg sin theta. So N cos theta is equal to mg plus F sin theta. This is the equation number 1, that is mg is equal to N cos theta minus F sin theta. अगर हम यहाँ पे mg की बात करें तो हम mg की वैल्यू निकाल सकते हैं N cos theta minus F sin theta. This is the equation number 1. Now if you see in this figure, N sin theta and F cos theta are in the same direction. So F cos theta and N sin theta will provide the necessary centrifugal force. So here again F cos theta and N sin theta is equal to mv square by r, or we can say mv square by r is equal to N sin theta plus F cos theta. This is equation number 2. So with the help of these two equations, divided and cancel out the term, like terms, you will get the value v square upon rg is equal to N sin theta plus F cos theta upon N sin theta minus F sin theta. So these are the values that you will get while cancelling. So v maximum is the maximum speed of the vehicle. So the frictional force at this speed will be mu s into N. So we can provide v maximum square upon rg, that is N sin theta plus F cos theta, N cos theta minus F sin theta. You put the value of Fm here, keep the value of Fm here, and you will get Fm is equal to mu s into N. Put all the values and cancel out, then you will get v maximum square upon rg is equal to tan theta plus mu s upon 1 minus mu s tan theta. This is the relation you will get for maximum velocity. So maximum velocity v square maximum is equal to rg tan theta plus mu s upon 1 minus mu s tan theta, or v max is equal to, you keep all the thing in under root. So this is the maximum velocity with friction between tire and road on the bank road. किसी बैंक रोड पर अगर हम फ्रिक्शन ऑफ द टायर और रोड को भी कंसिडर कर रहे हैं तो उस केस में जो हमारी मैक्सिमम वेलोसिटी होगी वो कैसे निकाली जाएगी, अंडर रूट आर जी टैन थीटा प्लस म्यू एस अपॉन 1 माइनस म्यू एस टैन थीटा. थीटा यहाँ पर क्या है, थीटा इज द एंगल ऑफ बैंकिंग, मीन्स बैंक रोड का एंगल. म्यू एस यहाँ पर क्या है, कोफिशिएंट ऑफ स्टैटिक फ्रिक्शन. So you put all this value from your numerical given and you will get the maximum velocity with friction on the bank road. Now if the road is frictionless, you keep mu s is equal to 0. So the relation will be now rg tan theta plus 0 upon 1 minus 0, or we can say v maximum is equal to under root rg tan theta. This is the maximum velocity when we are not considering friction between the road and tire, and the maximum velocity when we are considering the friction, that is v maximum is equal to under root rg tan theta plus mu s upon 1 minus mu s tan theta. These two values are very important. Make it very clear that what I am saying here, with the friction and without friction, these two velocities are maximum. See the numerical based on this topic from your NCERT and from your reference. Make a clear note, make with the note with the help of diagram, resolve all the component, and if you are not getting anything related to this topic, please make a call to me on my number or message on the group. Till then, thank you, have a nice day.